This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com. Let's talk about the next little backstage skit here. We see R-Truth tell John Cena, "Hey, I've got a solution for your problem. Nexus is banned from ringside, but I'm not. I'll come down and do something to Randy Orton, and then you can count Orton's shoulders down. That way you get to keep your job, but be out of Nexus, and you're guilt-free because I caused the disturbance." And Cena is upset at this and says he couldn't live with himself if he did that. He doesn't want to disrespect the legends of wrestling that he grew up idolizing by helping Barret get the title. He's going to call it down the middle, and Truth seems frustrated with that, but we're at least doing a little bit of storytelling in the middle of the pay-per-view. These segments feel a little bit like a Raw rather than a pay-per-view, but I like it because it is sort of checking the boxes of all the probable outcomes of the main event. All right, here we go. Randy Orton's going to pin Wade Barrett to retain the WWE title. John Cena is your special guest referee. We've got 15 minutes and 14 seconds for a runtime, 2.5 stars. It's okay. It's heavy on storyline for me. Eventually, he being Barrett is going to start yelling at Cena, and Cena's going to tell him, "Nope, I'm calling it straight." He shoves Cena. Cena shoves him right into an RKO, and Orton gets the pin. Stryker's acting like this is a big win for Cena because he gets out of Nexus, and Cole had to remind everyone, nope, Cena is fired. And then Nexus hits the ring after Cena and Orton, but the two clean house, and Cena grabs the belt, hands it to Orton, and they hug. Cena takes off his wristbands, places them in the middle of the ring like the amateurs taking off their boots and leaving them in the center. There was a Cena chant, but you could tell the crowd didn't buy that Cena was really leaving, nor should they have. Cena hugged Michael Cole as well as Rick, the sign guy from Texas, who's in the front row all the time, as well as a few others, and then walks away. Fans did react to his standing on the stage and saluting the audience, but not nearly at the level you'd hope for. And then he goes into the crowd as the show ends. 2.5 stars. Kind of a unique way to end a pay-per-view where you feel like, hey, our most over guy, this is it. He's done. It's his farewell. But fans are smart here in 2010. They know this, isn't it? What'd you think of this?
Well, you know why? Because they didn't leave him off a month, fired.
Right.
And let those guys run rampant. It should have been one of those deals. Him and Randy beating all those guys up didn't serve a purpose. You wanted to go with a story that if Cena didn't do what Wade Barrett wanted, he was going to get canned. So, after Cena, and I get doing the right thing, that would have appealed to all of his kids. If you're a parent, you could have explained, hey, he did the right thing. Sometimes you got to do the right thing in this life, and it's going to cost you. There's a life lesson there if the parents chose to go that route. But I would have damn sure not gotten to the Nexus and beat him up. You could have had those guys come down and browbeat him all the way out of the building with no help coming from anywhere. And he's got this gang of guys telling him, get his ass out of here. You're gone, da-da-da-da. And let him stay gone and let them benefit for the next month of him being fired. We don't lengthen stories enough. We don't put enough meat in the story. That would have been easy. You could have put layer upon layer upon layer. The guy did the wrong thing, and it did. It got him fired. Well, shit, after week 3, you don't think people would have been saying, shit, I guess they did fire him. You could go back and Monday morning quarterback a lot of stuff and saw there would have been an easy fix.
Meltzer would write in the era, Cena won't even be selling the firing for a week. He's already been announced for the November 29th 3-hour Raw with the angle he's buying a ticket to sit at ringside. On the Raw television show in all the markets where Raw house shows were upcoming, even though fired, John Cena is listed as being in every main event. And the current plan is for Cena to work all the house shows and the upcoming TVs under a mask as Juan Cena, John's Mexican cousin. This is real.
Real shitty.
Yeah.
There.
Juan Cena. Of course, the next night, John Cena comes out on Raw and thanks the WWE Universe. He's given an ovation by other wrestlers backstage as he exits the arena. Barrett's going to taunt him on the way out. He's going to demand a rematch against Randy Orton. During the match, John Cena attacks Barret, costing him the match, but immediately afterwards, Miz cashes in his Money in the Bank briefcase and becomes the WWE champion, which is pretty remarkable. You know, it's supposed to be, Barrett's time, but nope, we're switching gears. Now it's the Miz, and here comes Juan Cena. This feels like a fucking fever dream.
Full handoff to the Miz.
Full handoff. Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.